British-born and New York City-based DJ Rekha is a DJ, curator, record label owner, and educator. Called the Ambassador of Bhangra by the New York Times and named one of the most influential South Asians by Newsweek, Rekha is among the first DJs to merge classic Bhangra music with Bollywood sounds into the language of contemporary electronic dance music. Since establishing herself on the club scene with her inaugural event, Basement Bhangra, launched in 1997 and now running for over 18 years, Rekha has produced some of the longest running and most successful parties in New York and has helped present artists such as Panjabi MC, Tigerstyle, and M.I.A. in the United States. ANOKHI Pulse TV caught up with DJ Rekha on the eve of ANOKHI'S 12th anniversary celebrations, where she was honored with the Excellence in the Art of Deejaying award and performed at ANOKHI'S industry-only Gala-After party. She speaks about her authentic intentions when starting Basement Bhangra and how it led to a cultural movement in the diaspora, and how culture, identity, and art are all interconnected. Now, you have been taking Bhangra music around the world, and you've been known as a cultural icon because of it, especially with the founding of Basement Bhangra in New York City. Tell me about that process and that journey.
An unplanned, organic happening. It's going to be 18 years next week for Basement Bhangra. Wow. It's a party I started in New York. Just wanted a space where I could play Bhangra, hip-hop. At that time, hip-hop wasn't even on the radio. I would get hired to do events, and they would say, don't play Bhangra, don't play cab driver music. Within our own community, I must say. There's a lot of classism. So I just wanted to create a space, a community space and a dance space where people could just come and dance to the music I liked, and luckily I found an audience.
Now, you described it as an organic process, but what do you think the cultural connect was when it came to Basement Bhangra? Why do you think it connected with the masses so much?
I think right place, right time. I mean, just the right things happened. It was a time when our community was coming of age. We were looking for a good place to go dance. But it was more than just a space to go dance. It was a safe space to dance. And it interesting in the 18 years and sort of the waves of the popularity of South Asian culture at large. And I think, you know, starting in 97, we definitely preceded some of the more obvious moments, like when Panjabi MC song hit, which I think was a very important cultural moment. That happened 5 years. That happened around 2002, 2003. And it was interesting because we used to play Bachke when we started, and then the song kind of got out of play because you play it and then you go to your next song. And I actually placed it in a movie called American Desi, which was a hit. No one knew it at the time. It happened to be what was in my bag because I had 2 white labels and I thought it looked cool. I did a little cameo in the scene, and then that helped travel the song in its own way. And when that song came back on the radio and then we played it again at Basement, it had a whole new meaning. Desis are dancing to the song knowing that it has a different energy to it around it. And the same thing happened with Basement. I mean, I think in New York City, art critics and people are always looking for the next thing, and there's a sense of discovery around culture. Sometimes that's complicated. I also think other things happened globally, like Bombay Dreams came to New York, and then a lot of the cultural media was looking at that and then looking at, well, what other South Asian cultural stuff is there? So I think it's part of a larger thing. It's not a singular moment.
I want to thank DJ Rekha, who's been spinning a little East Room Bhangra for everybody, mixing a hip-hop beat with the sounds of her heritage, making a uniquely American sound that may not have been heard in the White House before.
I'm hearing you speak, and there was a lot of stuff happening, I think, in our culture globally at that time. But coming back to the organic process, it started off, seems like, with a very sort of authentic, genuine thought, something that you really wanted to do, which kind of spun into a very positive movement.
The organic process is, I didn't think it was a career. So that's sort of subtext for, like, it's organic because, you know, we're children of immigrants. People don't understand that it's possible to have a career in the arts, a viable one. And I do think it's a hit or miss. There's no obvious path. It's a lot of circumstance. So the organicness is I didn't know this was going to change my life. I didn't know this is what I was going to be doing. I didn't know it was going to keep going for 18 years. So that's the organic. There was no master plan.